Jalen, you've been through it, man. You've been here a couple years, obviously now, and I wonder how you evaluate how good this team is. I mean, incomplete right now because the season's not even close to over. But how do you look at it and determine where you guys are at and how talented you are, how good you can be, all those things at this point in the season?
Probably just from looking back from all the other teams, I think this one's just different because I feel like this team is so much deeper and like, I don't know. I think with the pieces we have, obviously my freshman year, I wasn't really a part of that team because I got hurt. And then this on last year's team, I think this team is so much faster and, a little bit more, older, have been through some things. So I feel like we know a lot. And, I think I don't think there's a limit on us at all. I mean, with how we play, we've shown flashes of how good we can really be. I mean, I think Baylor was a good example of how great we can be defensively when we're all locked in and stuff like that. And so, I mean, we have games that show what we can do. We just got to continue to get better and lock in.
When you think about it in those terms, as far as, evaluating how good you guys are, do you put much stock in those close games you're winning? Is that a pretty high marker?
I mean, we wouldn't always want that close, but like I feel like with it being that close and us being able to focus in when it counts the most, I mean, going through the tournament, it's going to be some close games for sure. I mean, March Madness is, that's just a part of it. So knowing how to handle those close games and where every possession matters is definitely important. I feel like we had a lot of those games on our belt. So moving forward, we'll be prepared for that.
I feel Joe's handled just getting a bigger role in that.
I think he's handled it well. I mean, he's came into the game with a lot of confidence, giving us the energy and spark that we need. I mean, especially on defensive end, he's picking up full court. He's doing everything that we need him to do.
He's a pretty quiet guy. Have you ever seen him get animated or?
No, yeah. I mean, he's just kind of just getting used to things, playing a lot more now. So just trying to come into the game and know what he needs to do. But as he gets more comfortable, that'll come.
You watched the game last night, Baylor Tech.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was a good game.
Thoughts on that moving forward? Obviously, doesn't change what you guys need to do, but you have a 2-game lead.
Yeah, I mean, having a 2-game lead is good. I mean, my whole mindset just been, we don't lose a game, we win no matter what. So no matter who wins or who loses in the conference, we win. We're champions on our own. We don't want to share it at all. So knowing that is good, but the road is definitely going to be hard. And the rest of the season is going to be, difficult because every team's good in our conference.
Your thoughts on West Virginia, memories of the first game and what you need to do?
Last time we played them, we were really clicking offensively. We was at home, so everything seemed to move smooth, but always on the road there, it's always, hard. And they're such a well-coached team, and, they got good guys that can score, that can defend. So it's never easy on the road, especially there.
I know you probably don't think too much about it, but that was a pretty big game for you. 10 for 13, 23 points, 8 boards. I mean, do you remember much about why it all clicked for you that day? And was that maybe kind of a turning point towards what you've been the last month?
It's probably we were in transition a lot. I mean, we were able to rebound the ball. I know we all rebounded well. And when we do that and we get to running, I mean, it just leads to so much for us and so much success for our team.
When Zach's on the court with you, obviously you guys could maybe run and shoot more with all 5 of you on the perimeter. Does that change anything about what you do?
I mean, it probably just opens up the court a little bit more. I mean, with having a pick and pop, other guys are going to have to change the way they guard us. Because, I mean, with the ball screens, they'll have to get back to them quicker and stuff like that. So it just kind of changes the game a little bit, gives us something like new, a little spark that we may need, especially like against Oklahoma. He was able to come in and hit that clutch shot for us. So just something different.
What's the vibe for you? Because you talked about your true freshman year. You were hurt, and then last year it was the COVID thing at the end of the season and a weird tournament. I mean, you've been here, but you haven't been through quite what's ahead yet. I mean, because those things have been different.
Yeah, there's been a lot of adversity,
right.
Of course. This is something that comes a part of my life in basketball in general. So just keep pushing forward. I mean, I'm blessed to not have anything to deal with like COVID as much as serious as it was last year and injuries like that. So I'm just keep moving forward and being positive and happy, that we have the season we have.
I think people view you as a veteran, but when you look at it in those terms, you haven't done a whole lot of that, like Coach or whatever. Do you lean on those guys, or do you feel like you kind of know what's ahead?
I mean, I always want to learn. I mean, like Coach, Mitch, Dave, guys that have been here before me that still know more about this place than I do. I always want to learn from them. And I also look at myself as I have been here enough to be able to help the younger guys as well. So it's kind of just like a mixture of both.
Sure. What can you tell those guys, the younger guys, about preparation from this point on?
I mean, just knowing just to be ready and not to get down on yourself, and knowing that, I mean, it doesn't matter what game you play or how many minutes you play, just knowing your time is valuable. Like Zach, I mean, coming in with 9 minutes left in the second half and showing how much value he has to our team. So just guys knowing that, you're at Kansas because you can play. So, it's always good to keep that in mind.
Yeah, when you mentioned Zach as a bench, right? I mean, your starters have been playing 35, 38. You guys are obviously capable of doing that, but what do you need from your bench? Or,
I mean, we have a good bench. I mean, sometimes I'm not playing well. I need a guy like last game wasn't really in a good rhythm. So Joe came in and gave us a spark that we needed that I wasn't able to give. So just continuing to give us energy off the bench. I mean, guys can't. I mean, basketball is basketball. So sometimes off nights happen or foul trouble, like I was in last game, and Joe was able to come in and push the lead and be able to defend. So just stuff like that, really.
You've won Big 12 Player of the Week. People are starting to talk about first team all-league contender. Is this a dream come true? How your season has become personally?
I just want to win the Big 12 championship. I feel like my freshman year we won, but I mean, I didn't get to contribute the way I wanted to. I didn't get to play any of those games. So that's just been a goal of mine. I mean, especially knowing, how much it means to coach and everyone around here not being able to win last year. So just being a key role in that would be a really dream. I mean, and going on to March too. So I feel like getting that first step out the way and then doing that would lead us to a good rest of the season.
You told us that you have always been a good rebounder, and that play where you followed on the offensive boards. How did you learn that? I mean, most kids don't crash like you do.
My mom and dad just kind of instilled in me like rebounding, because growing up in AAU, everyone tries to get their shots off in AAU. So the only way sometimes I can go get the ball, just go rebound the ball. So I mean, no one's gonna have to pass to me then. So just kind of got used to it by growing up and knowing that if I want to go get the ball, I'll just go get it myself, and kind of just kept that mentality.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.